So there's this guy at work who I've gotten into discussions. He's very awake. For a British guy, he's very awake. Hi, I'm Felipe.
I'm Lillian.
And we are the Postmodern family.
We are Americans living in the UK, reacting to Great Britain.
We make 5 new videos a week, so hit that subscribe button now.
Today we're going to react to another Morecambe and Wise. This is The Curse of Tutankhamun.
Okay, so I think it should be part of our regular menu of reactions a week. I figured it's going to be Morecambe and Wise, Harry Enfield, Catherine Tate, Dick Emery.
Dick Emery?
Yeah, I'm just really enjoying that.
You are?
I am.
Only Fools and Horses? Yes, no?
Oh, and I haven't done, we could do, but not on this occasion. On this occasion, I've got 2 Catherine Tates, or
2 Ronnies?
3, actually. We could do 2 Ronnies. We'll alternate. There's obviously more than 5.
There's a lot of good stuff to react to.
It'll be from that menu. So this is Morecambe and Wise. It's something slightly different, I think, than I've seen them before. So it'll be interesting. Just put it back to the beginning. Yeah, just to 6 minutes.
1, 2, 3, go. Who ruled the vast empire? 7:30.
This is the cafe, Sir Robert.
This way, Excellency, this way, Excellency.
We'll have our rendezvous here.
No, honestly, I couldn't eat another thing.
Nincompoop. This is where we're going to meet your friend.
Yes, he should be along any minute now.
Where's he got to?
Well, he said he was going to try and find a
What's the
guide to take us to
accent?
Tottenham Corner's tomb.
Sir,
Tiffin for 3?
anything else, gentlemen?
I don't think so.
Dirty postcards?
Right your manners, fellow. You're talking to Sir Robert, head of the archaeological department at the British Museum and leader of our expedition.
So sorry, Excellency.
I should say so.
Sorry, Excellency.
I'm sorry about that, Sir Robert.
A jolly good broadside from a gunboat wouldn't do that fellow any harm.
Looks as if he's had one already, doesn't he? Yeah. Well, I don't know what's happened to Eric, Sir Robert. Ah, here he comes now.
Well, this guy on his
To
socks.
see the British ambassador. He's in a bad way. He's having to have his
Did they
treaties
keep the
ratified.
socks up?
And the doctor said if he doesn't
Interesting
improve,
hat.
he might have to lance his joppers. And that could be painful, as you already know.
He speaks too quickly for
May I
me.
sit down?
Please do.
Thank you.
Now sit down.
Did you manage to find us a guide?
Well, as soon as I mentioned the words Tutankhamun's tomb, deathly silence.
That's the curse of Tutankhamun.
Boulder Dash.
We are the Balder Dutch ones. They're a lovely dog, aren't they?
Yes.
Black and white.
Anyone who believes about the curse of Tutankhamun is a perfect idiot. Well,
Tiffin for Excellencies. Nice
What's
tiffin
tiffin?
for Excellencies.
Are they, Mother?
Look at that.
That's awesome. The one in the middle got the most, though.
Plenty dirty postcard.
I told you once before, fellow, be off with you.
Knickknacks.
Oh, yes, I'll have a knick-knack if you've got one with chocolate on it.
I think he's trying to sell you a souvenir.
I show you a very good souvenir of the East, sir. Would you like to buy a nice hookah?
Would you like to buy a nice hooker?
Oh,
Black and nice
hookah or
smoking
a
thing.
hooker?
It's a woodbine in a bottle.
Do you mind going away? I have an important expedition to plan.
1,000 apologies.
Be off with you.
Excellency. 1,000 apologies.
The last time I saw anybody bow as low as that was Des O'Connor leaving Lou Grade's office.
Des O'Connor. There
I don't
you
know
go.
who Lou Gray is. Head of the
Mind if we
BBC
don't have
or
any more
something.
idiotic talk about Lou Grade or the curse.
Sorry.
Mock not the ways of the Orient. They may not be the greatest team in the world, but at least they're tryers.
Football team.
You know something about the curse of Tutankhamun?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yes?
The last man to lead an expedition here was Sir Basil Snuckfitting. And?
What happened to Sir Basil?
I'll tell
The
you.
whistling of
He walked into the tomb,
And
hadn't gone 2 paces when his wife fronts exploded.
His what?
What exploded?
where is he now?
Where is he now? Nobody knows. He's lost his whereabouts.
His wife's something?
His whereabouts.
Finish our tea and be off.
All finished, Tiffin, Excellency. You like to buy dirty postcard?
Disgusting! Look at that. And why do they always keep their socks on? Why do they always keep their
I can
socks
never
on?
understand that.
Get rid of those.
Go on, be off with you.
Off
with you.
Out.
You know, Sir Robert, I don't think we should continue for the search for Tutankhamun's tomb.
I have been paid to organize the search, and I intend to do just that.
Well, I've had it on very good authority.
Have you?
Many times. But there's still another tomb yet to be excavated.
Another tomb?
Tutankhamun's sister, Tutantessie.
Tessie?
28 stone of ancient slap and tittle. And
What?
the only Egyptian princess ever to play the ukulele and sing I'm leaning on a pharaoh at the corner of the Nile in G. Backwards.
May I remind you, we are on an important archaeological expedition. I think it's quite time we made tracks for the tomb.
Yes, all right, but there's one thing you've forgotten, Sir Robert. We hadn't got a guide.
I didn't say I hadn't got a guide. As a matter of fact, I've got the best guide in the whole of Egypt.
Have you really?
This is the guide?
Yes. Abdul.
Abdul?
Gentlemen, this is Abdul. Abdul, this is gentlemen.
Abdul?
I do not think you will be disappointed in me.
Is she going to show us the way?
She showed me the way not more than half an hour ago.
Which is the way to Tutankhamun's tomb?
I will show you. I will show you in the only way I know how.
Keep your eyes on this. Bring the colour back to your cheeks, this will.
I'll take them down.
If you don't,
Bring
I
the
will.
color back up.
Straight up the road.
Straight up the road.
Straight up the
Turn
road.
left.
Turn left.
And get to the roundabout.
Roundabout.
Keep going. Go back to the roundabout again, shall we?
Yeah, let's go back to the roundabout. Oh, yes. Right.
Hell, fire. I want to get to the light. Stop.
Yes. Right, okay. Got that.
And incidentally, I can
Yes.
see right through your +4s.
What's a +4?
History is about to be
No
made
idea.
to the tomb of Tutankhamun.
Gentlemen, walk this way.
That's going to be difficult for me.
However,
That's gonna be difficult. That's silly.
So I took an interest in this because there's a guy at work who I've spoken to about archaeology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you remember from studying Stargate,
Studying Stargate. Watching
That's,
the film.
the father
series.
of the little girl who ends up being the old lady who funds the expedition for the main character to go. So remember
Okay.
the main character was the
Okay.
guy with the nerd, the
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah.
And there's an old lady who believes in him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, his career's in the pits, but she believes in him. And she's got a medallion
Yeah.
from an expedition that she was on with her father.
Yeah.
And so you get this picture, which is very common, of the people who led all these expeditions in the 19th and early 20th century were rich British aristocrats or European aristocrats. Okay. So there's this guy at work who I've gotten into discussions. He's very awake. For a British guy, he's very awake. He introduced me to this guy named Graham Hancock, who is
The brother of Matt Hancock.
no. He is sort of a new school of archaeology. So he didn't train up as an archaeologist
Okay.
or as a anthropologist.
Okay.
He trained up as, I think, a geologist. And he's written books about how he's taking dig time stamps or dated samples from digs in the ground, and how his digs have blown out of the water all the conventional archaeological theories.
Yeah, like the Earth is millions of years
Not
old.
that.
Oh,
that
okay.
the first civilization is of a certain age.
Oh, so the dating.
The dating,
Okay.
not just the dating, no. So he's not questioning the dating of samples that were previously taken. He's questioning the assumption that there is no civilization before what everyone recognizes is a flood marking.
Okay.
So many people have identified through soils that there's a specific level that shows there was an earth-wide flood.
Mm-hmm.
And the conventional theory says that all civilization comes after the flood.
Mm-hmm.
That's the conventional theory.
Mm-hmm.
He's come and said, actually, there's evidence of civilization below that,
Mm-hmm.
before
Mm-hmm.
the flood. So he sort of pokes fun at this idea that it was just wealthy Brits and Europeans who developed archaeology, who had no real science or intellect or acumen for it. They just were really wealthy and had time on their hands.
Right.
And so when I saw this clip, it made me think of that, because this clip is making the rich guy and his staff and those people helping him as complete buffoons, complete idiots, who are just sort of making it up as they go. Mm-hmm. They don't really know.
I mean, the movies always paint these aristocrats as people who are seeking fame or wealth. Like, they're not really in it for the science or the history or the
They're in it to
geography.
be the first to discover or to find treasure.
Yeah, it's not like
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the villains in Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones believes in the.
Of course, that's what the people who actually do the dig. They're interested in the science and the history and the geography.
The culture.
They're interested in that. Whereas the people funding it, it seems,
are either interested
not
in weapons, if you believe in Stargate, or in fame and fortune.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first thing in my head. I know that's not the normal comedy reaction, but
No.
Whatever. That clip was very different than previous Morecambe and Wise clips,
because
it had a
usually on
half-naked
set.
woman.
Yeah, but also it's normally like them in suits and they're on a just blanket.
But we
set.
saw the bank one before where he was in a bank teller.
That's true, but
Right.
this was like first time trying to be in like Egypt. You know, you're trying to
First time in Egypt.
1927,
half
and
past
then
7.
impersonating other cultures, different.
Oh
the
yeah, and they had an
slave
Egyptian.
or whatever servant. A
thousand apologies.
Yeah.
And the rich guy's fat and posh.
He was perfectly cast for that.
Yeah.
His accent was great. It sounded just like for real.
Yeah. I didn't get most of the puns though.
No, I think I don't get most of them anyway. Morecambe
and Wise puns.
Their puns I think are older. It's just not really.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up listening to that kind of comedy. But yeah, I have heard the comedy about like, oh yeah, well, the way she's dancing and that's the way she's gonna. The only way I know how. You're like, oh, I know.
I've never heard that before.
And then. Yeah, and then at the very end, walk this way. You know,
I've seen that before.
I think
I've seen it in other movies too.
Has it come from this? Because clearly this is very dated.
I don't know.
I don't know where was the first origin of that.
What's my first memory of Walk This Way?
I think it's probably Steve Martin, or isn't it one of those?
I don't know, where he was like dragging his foot.
Or something. Yeah. So one of those like Naked Gun, something like that.
Yeah.
Silly movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think it was that funny.
No, me neither, but I just thought it was really... I didn't think at that point... I don't know if that was 70s or late 60s, but...
That you can have a
half-naked woman. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's in the name of culture. I mean, that was...
In the name of culture.
That's what they were emulating.
They're about the Egyptians.
What are they called? Belly dancers?
Belly dancers, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. I am drinking coffee, not tea. I've left my tea these past few months. I've gotten really busy at work, at life, and home, so I need a real punch, not tea. So apologies to all you tea drinkers.
Thanks for watching.
Sorry, not sorry. Bye.
Bye.